Shalom, Kol Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash, and Shan Yukabad Kadawala Rekwav the Kwanyam Nawa Wa Shalayakim Nawa. That's the belongings to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, Wa Barakim Labakonyam Shaliyasharala, and that's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. I wanted to make a quick video concerning the micro CHIP, which is the MOB talked about in the book of Revelation, chapter 13. And yes, we have to talk in code like this so that our videos stay up on YouTube. And so if you don't know, well, now you know. So catch on, catch up. With that being said, throughout the years, we've had so many people in camp still to this day, and they'll talk about us concerning the things that we say that this Charagma, I'll use that word from now on, can do in terms of its capabilities. At one point, you had a certain people or group, I'll say, really an individual talking about ain't no CHIP. Well, now it's being talked about on the mainstream news. You even had other camps getting on us talking about, well, you can't buy and sell with it. Well, now you have plenty of people, and you'll see in this video as well, come out with videos showing that yes, you can buy and of course sell with the Charagma. And so you can see the title of this video that I'm making in the spirit, and that's what we're going to talk about. And so the title of this article says, it's the next step. Would you let your work put a micro CHIP in you? What we're going to do is jump down and play this video. It's about 4 minutes and some change. We're going to watch the entire thing because it is good. But the point that we're going to harp on is the very last statement that this CEO makes. He's the CEO of 3 Square Market. I'm sure you've probably heard of them concerning this Charagma and how they're putting it inside of their employees. They're a tech firm themselves, I believe. But we're going to pay attention to his very last statement, but we'll watch the full 4-minute video because it is good.
Last year, Wisconsin-based company 3 Square Market announced its plans to install rice-sized microchips in its employees. The implants can be used to scan into the office building, to purchase food at work, and to log into the computers there.
CEO Todd Westby is back with us to talk about how the program is going so far. So Todd, what's it been like? How many of your employees at this point have chosen to have the chip implanted, and how many do you have to go?
Yes, to date we have 196 employees, and 92 of them are chipped to this day.
And what's it been like in terms of their experience? Has anybody said, I want this thing out of me, or when they leave, do they have to get it out?
We've had one employee that's left that had it removed. However, the vast majority of our employees absolutely love the conveniences that having this chip in their hand really brings to them.
I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, Todd, but why not a badge? Why do you have to implant a piece of equipment into people?
If it can be lost, it will be lost. And the very first day that I had this done, I actually had a late night interview, and I forgot my ID card, and I thought, I got a chip in my hand. And when I showed up at work, I scanned my hand and I was let in the front door. So it's really a huge convenience factor that the employees seem to like with it.
It's very small. I've got a grain of rice in my hand, which I'm told approximates the size of these chips. So I kind of get that. But, you know, we all carry around our phones these days. We don't really lose those too often. Why not just have people use their phone for this kind of thing?
Because this is much more convenient. You can do a lot more really with this than you can your phone, as far as I can log into my computer with this, which I do every day. I can log into my phone with it. I can pay for items if I forgot my credit card or my phone. I can log into work. This is the actual size of the chip. I don't know if you...
Look how he quickly changed gears to the size of the CHIP. Because everything that he mentioned you can do with it, you can do with your phone. He didn't even answer the question. If anything may be okay, you can log into your computer with it. Cool. But I can log into my computer with my goddamn fingers, with a password. And then he said you can log into your phone with it. I can log into my phone with my thumbs. What you talking about? And then you can buy with it. I can buy things with my phone too. Loser.
You can see that, but it is the size of a grain of rice, literally.
Yeah, I actually went with the actual grain of rice here, but
We're going to shove it into David's wrist.
looks roughly the same. I just wonder, you haven't gotten any pushback at all on this, Todd, at this point? I mean, people are happy to have this. Are they afraid you're tracking them beyond work?
No, we have had, some normal pushback, which comes with anything you do. However, what we've really done with this, I think, is you see a lot of discussion now about implants and how they can, take your heartbeat, get your blood glucose levels. You see Amazon just hiring a top-notch doctor. You see Walmart filing for patents on this. What we've really done is sort of made it acceptable, or brought it in the forefront where people are now talking about it and looking at the benefits that it can do for a person.
So do you have sort of this objective to expand the capabilities or services attached to this, or to kind of market this as a product, or is it really just kind of adding convenience for people there?
We did this honestly initially just for fun, because that's what a technology company does, and often when you start with something you end with something completely different, and that's the case here. We started with a simple little chip, and now it's evolved into a whole nother business, which we're in development right now of an actual chip that will be powered by the human body, the heat, and it'll have GPS tracking capabilities along with voice recognition.
10 seconds. How easy is it to get out?
Basically, you just puncture your hand with a needle and you can push it right out the same hole.
Yeah, but let's get back to what you just said before, my boy.
And it'll have GPS tracking capabilities along with voice recognition.
Hold on, it'll what?
That will be powered by the human body, the heat, and it'll have GPS tracking capabilities along with voice recognition.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said. Yep. So that's Esau's real plan right there. You heard it here first. You heard? This is what Esau wants to do. And you see, we've been saying it for a very long time. When it comes to this CHIP, this Charagma, it's much more than buying and selling. You see, Esau well understands that, hey, if man can't eat, man can't live. So why not make that the basis, the foundation for this Charagma? But the underlying scheme or the underlying motive is to really track you and keep you as a servant under him in subjection. This man is branding you. He wants to know your whereabouts. He wants to have all the information about you in order to keep you into subjection under him. That's the real motive behind this Charagma. That's it right there. So you had all these people talking about, oh, well, ain't no CHIP. Oh, well, you can't buy and sell with it. Oh, well, it ain't going, you can't track nobody with it. Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, my boy, it's here. This is Revelation 13, verse 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, Charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, let's talk about that part, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So yeah, you can buy and sell with it. Esau wants that to be the main priority concerning this CHIP, but the underlying scheme that this man has drawn up in his wicked mind is we need to track these individuals, have all of their information, be able to control them, and keep them in subjection under us. That's the bigger purpose. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And that man is Esau, Edom, who's calling himself anything but his true nationality today. He's trying to call himself European, Caucasian, white. No, you are Esau Edom, my man. And 666 represents your vibration that you're pushing out here today. Right? Let's jump over. We're going to keep this relatively short. We're going to grab, what did I want? Right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We're going to read verses 3 and 4. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first." That happened during 70 AD. Our people were scattered. We were fleeing from Roman persecution, right? So that falling away came, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That's Esau Edom, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. Like, not just God. This man thinks he is above God. That's what this scripture is saying. He exalteth himself above all that is called God. Talking about how they want to transcend what it means to be a human. And so Esau takes his technology and he wants to blend man with technology and create some kind of cyborgs. So now this man thinks that his creation is better than God's creation. Look what we did, right? It says, "or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God." And that's the point right there. Showing himself that he is God. What does it mean to sit in the temple of God? It means that you're sitting on the Israelites. You have the Israelites in subjection under you. You're controlling God's people. That's what that means. And that's this man's bigger purpose. Yeah, he wants to put a charagma in the entire world. But when you get down to it, this man wants to ensure his blessing. And he's upset. Esau Edom knows that his blessing is temporary. He knows that ours is coming and ours is permanent. But that's how effed up and crazy this man is in his mind, that he is really trying to upset prophecy. He's trying to make his temporary blessing permanent by putting a charagma in the entire world, but especially the Israelites. And if he can do that and put a charagma in all the Israelites, then he'll sit in the temple of God forever. He'll have the Israelites in subjection under him forever, and will always be servants and captives here in Babylon. That's what this man wants. And that's his bigger purpose. So yeah, GPS tracking is in that thing. It's in there for sure. We've talked about it. We've said it plenty of times. But now you heard it from the CEO of 3 Square Market. They're working on it. They got it. I'm sure they got it. This is the last precept. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." And this is not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. No, this is referring to the people that come to do the bidding of Satan. Just like how you have the sons of God that does the Lord's will, well, you have the sons of Satan that do Satan's will, and that's Esau Edom. These people can't sleep unless they conjure up and manifest some kind of wickedness. And that's all this charagma is. But the Lord is putting his spirit on them to do this, all for his purpose, all to fulfill prophecy. Now, our jobs, having this knowledge, is not to remain ignorant. Our job is to remain knowledgeable, knowing what we should be doing in these times, reporting on it, and of course doing our best to ask the Most High to strengthen our faith, increase our spirits, so that we can stand strong during the hour of temptation. And that's going to be when this charagma is really pushed out there, and you can even use the word forced upon all the people, because that's what it's going to come down to eventually, right? So anyway, that's it. That's the video. We're going to end it off right there. This is the article. You can just type that in. I'm sure it'll pop up. But I pray that this was edifying to the elect. Yes, there is GPS tracking in the CHIP. Now you know Esau's bigger purpose if you didn't know before. So call Haloyim, which means all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachakudash. The belongings to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.